In this tutorial, we'll have a look at some of the other features around the color corrector and some of the other tools that we might use to help us grade efficiently. So I have a conform in front of me, and if I were going to start a grading session, I'd start by simply selecting everything and adding a color corrector everywhere. Because now, once I've gone into the visual editor, I can actually carry out my entire grading session using only the tangent devices. However, for this tutorial, we'll do it with the mouse. So let's particularly look at the tools that we've got that help us navigate our color grades, copy them, and compare them. So the first tool we have in front of us is the storyboard here. The storyboard helps us navigate. It also helps us compare the grades of shots, and it also helps us to store multiple grades within a shot. We'll look at that latter point later on when we look at how we store grades generally. The storyboard can be switched on and off here. It can be set to split the screen so we still have our canvas, or it can take pretty much the whole area. We can change the size of the storyboard. We can also say how many lines we're happy for it to take. Each frame represents a shot on the timeline. It doesn't matter how long the shot is, each shot gets the same size of frame. And for each shot on the timeline, we can see a time code and a shot number. So shot number 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. We can also see that one has a white frame around it. That's the shot we're currently working on. I can jump to other shots by pressing Shift and left click. So our current shot is the shot that we would be grading if we made any adjustments. So let's just quickly make some minor grade changes, just so we can see what we're doing. So, one graded shot. So we then jump to our next shot. The storyboard gives us tools to go and grab grades from other shots. And if I single click on any of these shots, we see we get a red frame. The red frame represents a selected shot, and from the selected shot I can steal grading parameters. So in fact, if I double click onto the first shot whilst having the second shot as the active one, we can see that we've just stolen all of those parameters, including anything we've put in the vectors. I'm just going to quickly put some random grades onto the next two shots, just so we can see a difference. So if I now go to this shot, I can also, in a single action, step through the shots, borrowing the grades, if you like, from these onto the current shot. And I can do that with this bring function here. Whereas select, previous and next simply moves the selected frame, the red frame, up and down our storyboard. The bring previous and next will allow us to jog through, as you can see, all of the shots on the timeline and see how those grades look on our current shot. So we can use this to quite quickly get the starting look, perhaps something from a similar shot. And because it's actually loading the grade up into the interface, it means that we can pick up where we left off if we want to make any tweaks. Normally the selected frame moves independently to the current frame. So as you can see, as I move up and down, the selected frame is staying put. Under bring, I can also lock selection, and that will lock the difference between. So as I move, you can see that the selected frame is staying a set number of shots behind. So this is very useful when we're perhaps grading a classic two-shot setup, a dialogue, cut to him, cut to her, cut to him, cut to her, that sort of thing. We can also set up two playheads effectively on the storyboard. So if you consider that one playhead is our current shot, What I could also do under Bring is to place Head B to Selected. So now we can see this is saying Head B. That means that it's very quick for us now to be able to swap positions, because we can swap the playheads. So as you can see, Head B is now where we just were, and we've jumped to where Head B was. So that makes it very easy for us to jump between two particular positions on the storyboard. The keyboard shortcut for this is Delete on the numeric pad. And you can see how you might use it as a comparison tool. For example, to park Head B on perhaps a key shot in a scene. And then as you go through each shot in that scene, you can quickly refer back to it in order to make sure that your grade is looking correct in the sequence. As with a selected frame, Head B can either be left alone to stay where it was put, or you can lock it to the selection, in which case now it will follow as well. So we can use Head B as a comparison tool to quickly jump between two shots. We also have a snapshot tool that helps us compare grades. Simply pressing Snapshot here brings up a sub-menu. So if I control click on the storyboard, then what I've actually done, we can see here Snapshot. Let's just move on so we can see it more clearly. So this frame now has Snapshot written on it, because the snapshot basically will hold a frame of a reference shot and then allow you to split screen to your current shot in order to see if your grading is correct. So in this instance, if I were grading this shot, this would be a logical shot to load into the snapshot, so I could see that I'm grading the same. So that's now just showing a normal split screen between the frozen frame of snapshot, which I can look at in its entirety by pressing Show Snapshot. It says Snapshot down here just to warn you, because otherwise you might be trying to play this and wondering why nothing's playing, because you are looking at a frozen frame. Or I can look at my current shot that I'm grading, or I can show a split screen. And by holding down Shift and moving around with the right mouse button pressed down, I can change where that split is happening, or with Alt I can change the angle of it. Or with Control and left dragging, I can change the size of either. Rather than a split screen, I might prefer a side-by-side image. So all these are helpful tools to efficiently be able to match grades between different shots. These split screens can still be moved around and rescaled. So for example, if I really wanted to check the skin tones on Bald Man's head, then I could do a direct comparison. To go back to my live shot, I just make sure I click Show Live, and I can hide the snapshot interface by switching off here. So that's how we can use the storyboard to navigate, and the snapshot to be able to help us compare grades.